Distinguished Dr. Wan, Governor Wang, and Chief Executive Ho, and honored guests, I am very privileged and honored to stand here in front of you to talk about the future, the topic of what's next. And when Jason asked me to make this presentation, I thought about several of the factors that are affecting not just the world, but also Macao itself. So the first thing about Macao that I learned over the last several months is that Chief Executive Ho is very intent on transforming the Macao economy away from just a single industry of gaming into the world of entertainment, content, healthcare, sustainability, and consumption. And I think that's a very, very interesting factor, which will explain why I'm going to talk about what I talk about. The second factor is what's going on in the technology world, which is, with the launch of ChatGPT late last year, everybody has been completely entranced by the whole idea of generative AI. How AI can not only now, AI used to be able to tell you the difference between dogs and cats, whether it's black or white. But now AI can actually generate content, just like a human brain, very actively generating new information, new content. So generative AI is going to be another important factor in what I'm going to talk about. The third thing is it's important, as in my business, we're in the online retail e-commerce business. And we're very much part of the economy in China in terms of helping the whole Chinese economy to grow through consumption. Consumption today in China is around 40% of the total GDP. But over time, we hope to help the country grow the economy through consumption. But what we do today is online shopping. I mean, it's buying stuff, material things, buying material things. What I'm going to talk about is something that's a little bit more spiritual. Although it feels like not a real economy, it's virtual, but I think having spiritual well-being is very, very important in terms of the whole consumption economy. So my presentation, with the confluence of these three factors, where Macao is going, where AI is going, and where consumption is going, I'm going to talk about digital entertainment. So we're going to redefine digital entertainment, okay? I will take you through an example of filmmaking. In making a film, there's a lot of problems. What are the problems? Okay, we have to decide who to pick. We have to decide actors and actresses, right? And actors and actresses are human beings. They're very, very difficult to manage. Okay, believe me, I manage a basketball team, and the players are very difficult to manage. If you're in Hollywood, it's very, very difficult to manage people. The next thing is logistics. Where do we film? How do we do things? When you usually, you want to film like a big scene, you have to go on site. The logistics involves a lot of costs and moving around. And then finally, shooting, post-production, and things like that. Well, what happens if you make a film? It's already done, right? You've done the shooting, and then you want to change it. What happens? The change is a part of pain point of the industry that is very, very difficult to solve if you want to change. So these are all the pain points. And let's see what technology and the future can bring to solve these three problems.
大家好，我是李李，今天是我的第一堂棒球课。
肩膀、elbow、手套，一直定的对的那个 catcher，OK。
热爱不一定能得到回报，但热爱总能帮我们找到自我。 总能让我们结识彼此。
So, you in?
It is showtime!
Okay, so what is this about? Have you noticed who is Lily? She is a digital actress. She is a digital personality that we've created. She's not a real person, right? And here's the beauty of this. With digitization, we can bring together what is, a very American sport like baseball, with someone from China that made in the image of a Chinese actress, and then we could merge the two together into a very sort of Chinese-American scene of promoting the Major League Baseball. In fact, this is our group have done a deal with the Major League Baseball to help promote this thing. And we have created a 3D model. When we created Lily, we created a 3D model of her face. This thing took us about a month to create, but today, if you use generative AI, it'll take about a week to create this model. And has anyone worked with image generation? For example, worked with Midjourney or Stable? Anybody play it on Midjourney? Raise your hand. Okay, not a lot of them. So today, in order to create this digital model, it'll just take 1 week. Okay, and that's a very, very interesting aspect of it, because now you've replaced human beings. You don't have to manage the emotions and the issues with real humans. And the other thing is, Lily is now a digital asset of the company, of the movie production company, and she belongs to the movie production company, and she's in fact represented by an agent. And I think, I am, own a basketball team in the NBA. The next thing is the NBA will probably call us and say, hey, can we use your actress Lily to help promote the league? I think that creates longevity for whoever that created the character. And you can obviously build on the character. The next thing is about logistics. This is what we call a digital studio. The traditional way of creating a studio, making an outdoor scene is you use the green screen. And the actor is like standing on an empty stage with a green screen behind it, trying to act out something. But now with LED panels, we can create a studio with very little space. We have a studio in Beijing that's about 2,000 square meters that can handle everything. The fact that you can create LED screens with scenes, we have hundreds of thousands of scenes that you pre-create and put it onto the screen. It makes shooting a film very, very easy. So you don't have to really go on location. Like for example, here we have actors that are actually acting in front of a screen. So they are actually put into the environment of the story that they're trying to tell. In this case, Mars and a spaceship. Once you're in this environment, instead of standing in front of a green screen, you're basically in the situation. You're in the mood of the acting. Okay? Now, I want to talk about post-production a little bit. Okay, so if you want to change this, if you created a show, this is actually comes from a show it's called 这是街舞 that was shown on YouTube. Youku. And if you've created something real and then you wanted to change things, there's post-production tools to make it virtual. And what this does is it actually democratizes production and the whole post-production process. Because imagine if you were on Douyin, TikTok, you can actually change things as you create your content. And finally, generative AI, one of the last aspect of making a movie is promotion, marketing and promotion. So what do you do when you market and promote a movie? You make posters. And now it's very, very easy to generate these posters. Within a few hours, you can use these generative AI tools to promote a poster. So this is a movie that Alibaba Pictures invested in, and it started showing during the Labor Day holiday. It's a great movie, 长空之王. And we have basically generated these posters and put it all across the country with very, very low cost. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you about the future. And please go see this movie. It's much, much better than Tom Cruise.